No matter how many great wingers football produces, every generation eventually asks the same question. What did unstoppable pace actually look like? Some remember Thierry Henry flying past defenders. Others think of Ronaldo Nazario in open space. Many point to Cristiano Ronaldo at his physical peak. But between 2011 and 2018, football witnessed a player who combined blistering speed, incredible power, technical brilliance, and an unmatched ability to deliver on the biggest nights. A player who terrified defenders every time he had grass to run into. A player who scored in Champions League finals. A player who decided Clásicos. A player who made impossible goals look routine. People often remember Gareth Bale for the injuries that came later. But before that, he was an absolute beast. So just how good was Gareth Bale's prime? By the start of the 2011-12 season, Bale had already become one of Tottenham's most exciting players. His performances against Inter Milan a year earlier had introduced him to the world.
Celui qui me fait le plus impression, et c'est Bale en fait. Donc voilà. Justement en fait, il n'est pas comparable en fait. Il est à part. C'est un joueur qui moi me fascine en fait. Il est redoutable en fait.
But there was still one question left unanswered. Could he become one of football's true superstars? The answer came quickly. Operating almost exclusively on the left wing, Bale turned every counterattack into a nightmare for defenders. His acceleration was frightening, his left foot was lethal, and every week he seemed capable of producing another spectacular goal.
Dans ses accélérations, il a ces accélérations qui sont incroyables parce qu'il a cette faculté à changer de rythme en très peu d'espace. Et puis après, ce qui est quand même important aussi d'avoir, c'est qu'il est techniquement il est très très bon, quoi. Voilà, faut pas l'oublier, il sait très bien jouer au foot.
He finished the season with 12 goals and 16 assists, helping Tottenham secure a fourth-place finish in the Premier League. Although Spurs narrowly missed out on the Champions League after Chelsea won the competition, Bale had established himself as one of England's most dangerous players. For most footballers, that would have been enough. For Bale, it was only the beginning. The 2012-13 season transformed him from an elite winger into one of the best players in the world. Everything seemed to improve. His finishing, his decision-making, his confidence. Most importantly, he became Tottenham's leader. He scored from impossible free kicks, long-range rockets, powerful solo runs, late winners. Week after week, Bale carried Spurs almost by himself. His performances against Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City became instant highlights. By the end of the season, he had scored 26 goals and provided 10 assists in all competitions. The football world took notice. He won the PFA Players Player of the Year, the PFA Young Player of the Year, and the FWA Footballer of the Year, becoming only the third player in history to win all three major English individual awards in the same season. Europe's biggest clubs came calling. Only one could sign him: Real Madrid. The pressure was enormous. He arrived as the world's most expensive footballer, expected to justify a record-breaking transfer fee while sharing the spotlight with Cristiano Ronaldo. Many wondered whether he could handle it.
I'm sure 100% that he's going to do well for the club. He's going to help us a lot because he's a fantastic player, he's a fantastic boy, and he always wants to learn.
It didn't take long for the answer to arrive. During his first season in Spain, Bale produced one unforgettable moment after another. In the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona, he chased a loose ball down the left wing before literally running around Marc Bartra off the pitch itself, recovering possession and scoring one of the greatest goals in El Clásico history. It was the perfect introduction to Spanish football. But an even bigger stage was waiting: the Champions League final. Real Madrid had spent 12 years chasing La Decima, their 10th European Cup. Against Atletico Madrid, Bale rose highest in extra time to score the goal that completely shifted the momentum of the match. Real Madrid eventually won 4-1. The wait was over. Bale had delivered on football's biggest stage. He finished the season with 22 goals and 19 assists, winning both the Champions League and the Copa del Rey in his very first year. Most players would have been satisfied. Instead, Bale kept growing. The following seasons saw him become one of the deadliest attackers in Europe. Together with Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema, he formed the legendary BBC trio, three forwards capable of destroying any defense in the world. In 2014-15, Bale finished with 17 goals and 12 assists, continuing to produce spectacular moments despite constant defensive attention. Then came 2015-16. Although injuries began interrupting his rhythm, his quality never disappeared. Whenever Real Madrid needed him in Europe, Bale answered. He played a decisive role throughout the Champions League knockout rounds and helped Real Madrid reach another final. Against Atletico Madrid once again, Bale converted his penalty in the shootout as Madrid lifted their 11th European Cup. For many players, 2 Champions League titles would define a career. Bale wasn't finished. The 2016-17 season brought another level of collective success. Despite missing part of the campaign through injury, Bale helped Real Madrid win both La Liga and another Champions League, becoming one of the few players to win back-to-back European titles in the modern era. At this point, Real Madrid had become the team everyone wanted to beat, and Bale remained one of its biggest weapons. Then came the season that produced the moment every football fan remembers, 2017-18. Injuries had limited his playing time. Questions about his future surrounded him. Some believed his best years were already behind him. Then came Kiev. Coming off the bench in the Champions League final against Liverpool, Bale only needed a few minutes to create one of football's greatest goals. Marcelo delivered the cross. Bale launched himself into the air. An overhead kick. Perfect technique, perfect timing, perfect execution. The ball flew into the top corner. One of the greatest goals ever scored in a Champions League final. As if that weren't enough, he added another goal later in the match, securing a 3-1 victory and giving Real Madrid its 3rd consecutive Champions League title. On the biggest night in club football, Gareth Bale was the difference.
Gareth is considered a legend here.
He is.
Because Gareth scored in 2014, the final, scored in, I forgot, 2 goals against Liverpool.
Yes,
in another final. He scored a huge amount of goals here in finals.
So what did Gareth Bale accomplish during his prime between 2011 and 2018? Across those 7 seasons, he produced 126 goals, 84 assists, more than 200 goal contributions, 4 Champions League titles, 1 La Liga title, 1 Copa del Rey, 3 FIFA Club World Cups, 3 UEFA Super Cups, Premier League Player of the Year, multiple appearances in the FIFA FIFPro World 11, countless unforgettable goals in the biggest matches. But statistics only tell part of the story. Many players have been fast. Many players have possessed a powerful left foot. Many players have scored spectacular goals. What made Gareth Bale different was the way he combined all those qualities into one complete attacking weapon. He could outrun any defender. He could beat goalkeepers from 30 yards. He dominated in the air. He scored from free kicks. He produced in finals. And when the pressure reached its highest point, he often delivered his best football. That is why Gareth Bale's prime deserves far more respect than it usually receives. Because before injuries slowed him down, before the criticism, before the debates about unrealized potential, there was a version of Gareth Bale who could decide the biggest matches in world football almost by himself. A player whose speed looked unreal, whose power overwhelmed defenders, whose left foot created unforgettable moments. Football has produced many great wingers. Football will produce many more. But for a remarkable stretch between 2011 and 2018, when Gareth Bale had space to run, there was almost nothing anyone could do to stop him. And that is why, when people ask just how good Gareth Bale's prime really was, the answer is simple. He wasn't just world-class. He was a beast.